Hey, this is Jody from Food Storage Made Easy, and I'm here with Chris from Titan Ready USA. He's recently introduced us to a few of their products, and some of them are pretty unique in the preparedness industry, so we were really excited to learn more about them. So he's here today to show us about the Helius rocket stove. And you may have seen rocket stoves or even some do-it-yourself rocket stoves before. This one has unique characteristics. It is above the ground, so you don't have to be crouching while you're trying to cook and feed the wood into it. And also it is able to pressure can. So in an emergency situation, if you lose your electricity and you need to get rid of a lot of meat, you can come out here and pressure can it and you won't lose that and waste your money. So I'm going to have Chris show you more of how it works, because I've never really used one of these before, so I'm excited to see how it works and some of the benefits additionally specific to this stove.
So like Jody said, we tried to address a couple of the issues that some of the other heavy-duty rocket stoves out there have. The first one being, well, they're small. They're just really too small to do anything practical. If you want to do anything with a large pot or a pressure canning, they're just too small to handle the amount of fuel necessary to do that. As you can see, as she shows you, pressure can fits right on there.
And it's really stable. I like that.
Yeah.
It's not going to be jiggling while it's...
Yeah, it is. It's stable. By moving the legs up, we have a low center of gravity. The other thing too is with the unit, the legs, there's some play in them at the bottom legs, and what that does is it allows you to have a stable platform on an unlevel surface. Right now we have a level surface being the driveway, but if it's not, you can bump these around and they find that level. And then the other big thing for me, is getting my food up off the ground, cooking it. I don't have to bend over to maintain the fuel or the fire. But then the biggest thing is, with other stoves out there, one of the problems they have and what limits them on what they're able to cook, I'm able to deep fry a 22-pound turkey on this thing or pressure can meats, because I can move the handle to the side and clear the ash out of the bottom of the rocket stove, allowing that oxygen to come up through the fuel like it was meant or designed to do.
So it's still cooking the whole time.
It's still cooking.
Dropping the ash out.
Yeah. So great. If you want to, right here, you can see that the fuel stays in place even though the bottom is down. And then to lift it back up, if you just take that handle and then move this one back into place, just slides just like that.
That's easy.
There you go. So it allows you, really, you're only limited on your cooking time to how much fuel you have, but because this is so versatile and it will take any flammable biomass, like here we're just using pieces of 2x4 that are chopped up or split up into kindling.
And so you had some just paper underneath too that we saw at the bottom. Yeah,
just a wad of paper, and we've got some 2x4 that's cut up. One thing to remember with any kind of a fire, the smaller diameter your fuel, the hotter your fire is going to be. So if you want to cool it down, put in larger diameter fuel, and if you want to heat it up, then use the smaller stuff.
So that'll be great for temperature control, for pressure cooking especially.
So for lighting it, it's pretty simple. We'll just come down here to where the paper is, and that one's going to work for us in a second. Well, you can see with this, with one light and one little piece of paper, yeah, we're going to go pretty good.
Can you see in here? It's already a full fire.
And that's just seconds later. I mean, less than a minute. And then once it gets up to temperature, then depending on the wind, if the wind's going to take some of that away, but it should be 100% complete burn. So see all this blue smoke right here? That's unburnt fuel. Because nothing can burn when it's in a solid state, or even a liquid state, like gasoline. You can't light liquid gasoline. You can only light what has gasified or turned into a gaseous state. So the wood has to gasify, and then you can turn it, or then you can ignite it or combust it. So all that smoke should go away. But yeah, you can get a hot fire really fast.
So when you're feeding from here, as it just like turns to ash, you just push it?
Just keep pushing it in, so you can see how easy it is to load.
This is kind of fun. And you don't have to get so close into a fire like in a fire pit.
Exactly.
So would you take this camping?
Yes. Yeah, that's one of the nice things about it too. I mean, we're from Oregon. Titan is, and all of our products are made in Oregon, by Americans for Americans. That's very important to us. We will never go overseas and build any of our products ever. But we do a lot of diving for crabs in the bay and stuff, and so we'll take the Helius down onto the sand and use driftwood, and we'll cook our crabs right there afterwards, and have a bonfire, and kids are playing and have a lot of fun. So if you're cooking for the neighborhood, hey, you're good to go. Just tear up someone's deck and away you go.
So now I'm just going to see how to empty the ash out if it's getting too full. So this handle can get a little bit hot. So I'm going to use a stick and just put it to the side. And then you can see the ashes empty out. And then I'll just stick it back up. And you can keep going. Well, I'm going to stick it across. Just like that. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, Chris, for showing us this. I'm really excited to kind of experiment around with that some more. So if you want to learn more about the Helius rocket stoves, you can check us out online at foodstoragemade.easy.net, and we'll have more detailed information and where to buy them and all that great stuff. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Jody.